Hello, did you know you can start your carrot seeds by using an egg carton, a paper towel, your carrot seeds, and some water? Well, if you hadn't come across this hack, stay tuned because in this video I'm going to show you how I did it. I'll show you how long it took to sprout and how they compare to the carrots that were grown in the ground. A list of materials you'll need. You'll need a container where you're gonna sprout your seeds. Of course, you're gonna need your carrot seeds. I'm using these. The packet says it's Chantenay Carew seeds. It's very important to read the back of your label so that you know that you're planting in season. And I'm expecting to harvest these in 110 days. I started this little project on the 6th of February 2025. Here's what I did. These are my carrot seeds, and I already have my paper towel lined up in the container. So what I did, I sprinkled the seeds on top of the paper towel. And then I proceeded to dampen the paper towel. Careful not to pour too much water. You don't want your seeds to float. And then the next step is to cover the container. I didn't have a container that I could poke holes into, so I covered this one with a plastic bag just so that I allow the container to have some ventilation so that it creates a nice humidity dome for the seeds. I kept this on my windowsill in a bright spot away from direct sunlight. And then I waited for the magic to happen. By the 16th of February, the seeds had already sprouted and it was time to transplant. I drilled a few holes at the bottom of my egg cartons for drainage, and then this is the side that I'm going to lay flat the egg cartons on the ground. I did some final preparation of my soil. At this point, I was just simply leveling it up. to make sure that my egg cartons are gonna lay nice and flat. A little bit of space planning. Then when I found the best way I can lay the egg cartons, then I simply place them in the ground, and then I sprinkled some water just to soften the cardboard. And then in goes my seedling mix. Sprinkle that all over the egg carton holes. I poked little holes into the soil using tweezers, and then I gently placed each sprouted seed into its own little cell. This was super simple and so calming to do. Just a close up so you can see exactly what these tiny sprouted seeds look like. They look like little hairs. That's why it's easier if you just use tweezers. But if you have steady hands and small fingers, you can try using your hands. There's the finished project, day 1. The tiny sprouted seeds. If you look closely, you'll just see small, tiny, little green sticks poking out. And that was our day 1. Right next to it, about a week ago, I had sprinkled some carrot seeds right on the ground. I see they've also popped up, so I took the liberty to just thin them out because I can see they're very crowded. All carrot varieties require space to grow thick and straight. I sowed these directly in the ground on the 31st of January, and it's lovely to see that they too have sprouted. And this was 9 days later, and the carrots seem to be taking on pretty well. They look established and ready to keep growing. February 22nd, still going strong. And then I came back on the 22nd of March, and here the cardboard was already starting to disintegrate, but I had a tiny bit of a problem of termites. Termites have discovered this cardboard and they were here to eat it up and feed it to their young. Now, the destruction of the cardboard also gave way to some weeds, so I had to come and pull that out. But overall, some of the carrots were looking good. Eventually, the big day arrived. This was the day where I felt that some of the carrots were ready to harvest. This is what the cardboard looks like on Sunday, 24 May 2025. And today is 102 days since the beginning of the project. Some of the carrots on the egg carton, they didn't grow deep underground. Instead, they just went only halfway. The cardboard is almost completely disintegrated at the bottom. Let's see the first carrot. Ooh, that's a big one. Nice and big. But it has that green top, which is a fault on my side. I should have came back to backfill the top of the carrots, but still looks like a nice sized carrot. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a very big one. But again, I'm disappointed in myself for not coming back to top it up, hence the green tops. But from my harvest for today, I can safely say that the egg carton method really worked well, because I can see the carrots, they were nicely spaced apart, and the egg carton really did decompose. So for me, this egg carton method was a success, and I will be implementing it again in the next season, of course with some minor adjustments like coming back to backfill and looking out for termites. Overall, it was a good garden hack. Plus, I've got more confidence that I shouldn't have to worry about the egg cartons decomposing in the garden. A quick look at the ones next door, the ones that were grown in ground only. I've also thinned these ones again after the initial thinning, but none of them seem to be ready for harvest today. And that's the end of my video and my review of this garden hack. I hope it was helpful to you. Please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. As always, happy gardening to you, and I'll see you on my next video.